I really didn't have a plan for this lure. I bought one of those large toothed combs at Walmart and figured I'd try to implement it somehow into this lure. To start it off, I grabbed a little bit of opaque white, mixed some flow improver with it, and began spraying. Usually I add about 6 drops of opaque white and maybe 2 or 3 drops of the flow improver. I continue to go around the lure until I run out of white. I then put some airbrush cleaner in the airbrush, clean it out, and then spray some water and run it through. For some reason, white was being difficult, so I had to wash it out a few times. While painting the white, I got the idea to do a perch design using the comb to do the stripes. So I grabbed the opaque yellow and put it over top the white. With the yellow down and heat set, I put the mesh on to create the scale effect. The mesh piece that I was using is a little bit too big and I probably should have cut it down a little bit, but I tried working with it the way it was. Next I put down some gold green just to create a transition from the top down the sides a little ways. Now I grab some olive green and use that to make a stripe down the back. As I'm spraying, I'm constantly looking the lure over to ensure that I'm making it even on both sides. I grab more of the olive green. I'm going to put a few tiny drops of black in there to darken it up. And this will be the final stripe across the back. I mix up more of the olive green and black so I can start painting the stripes down the sides of the lure. I'm excited to finally use the comb. The stripes look fairly interesting, so I switch it to the other side, set the comb up like I had it on the other side, and spray away. I grabbed some detail orange to spray some on the belly. The gill area needs a little bit more color, so I use the detail orange to liven them up. I want the gill area to stand out more, so I cut out a stencil from cardstock, and I spray some opaque black over the gill area. I'll darken the eye sockets, and that should be enough airbrushing. It's time for the eyes, so I add a little dot of super glue, and then the eyes. Make sure your fingers are clean when you're pushing in the eye. Here I got a little super glue on my thumb and then on the top of the eye. But it's okay because I'm going to darken them with a little bit of black anyway. This is my setup for the clear coat. I have a 2-part epoxy and a container to mix it in. The lure is placed on my homemade lure spinner, and that way I can rotate it as I put the epoxy on, but also rotate it to keep the epoxy even. Here I do one lure at a time, applying the epoxy and rotating to make sure that I get it on all sides. That chipmunk sound is my wife talking to me. The lures will spin for 2 to 3 hours. After that, I'll stop the spinner at the top and allow them to dry for 24 hours.